Video games nowadays clutter the screen up with random junk like ammo count, health bar, and spell slots. But wouldn't the games be so much better if they didn't have this trashy, useless information clogging up the screen, and you could actually see the ripping and tearing in Doom Eternal under the May who admits his inferior skill when it comes to playing without the HUD, because he's a baby. So here today, Wheen and I will prove to you that Doom Eternal is a much better game without the HUD. By the way, Wheen, don't be mad, but I finished off the last of the Cheerios.
As I was leaving to restock on Cheerios, there was a man outside my dorm. He said he liked RoboCop, so I punished him and his friends. Apparently, my Alexa heard I wanted Cheetos and sent a drone to deliver them to me. My order and my neighbors got mixed up, so I had to talk to him about it. Hey buddy, give me back my heart-healthy breakfast. He said no, so I triggered him with my glow-in-the-dark coaster. Maybe that went a little too far. He lost his mind. Now I have to go buy them myself. The grocery store ran out, so they gave me a gun as consolidation. My parents told me to use firearms responsibly, so I shot up the subway. The cops didn't like that, so they tried to fucking kill me. It didn't go well for them. It's a good thing I always carry a chainsaw. There was an infestation of spiders, but nothing a fully automatic shotgun can't solve. Maya would be proud. Unfortunately for me, the mall was full of demons, and they hurt me. No Cheerios, just eye holes to eat. Hobos were fighting in the parking lot, so I found them a new home. A giant Cheerio appeared out of thin air. It was beautiful, so I tried to eat it, but it took me to a chapel instead. A priest told me the Cheerios lied about how healthy they were, so they were serving time in hell. They empathized with my craving of blessed O's and told me where to find them. First I had to buy a ticket to Exultia. From there, I could board a portal to hell.
When it comes to playing without the HUD, not being able to see your ammunition could be a problem. But that's not really an issue because the weapon wheel shows you that information.
Airport security tried to stop me from entry. I took a fist of the ass to make the flight more comfortable. Went to the kiosk and got my flight pass. The machine malfunctioned. That's what I get for flying economy. While I waited for my luggage, I played peekaboo with security guards. Their manager tried to arrest me for bringing bombs into the airport. I told them that's racial discrimination and canceled their life subscription plan. I was in a good mood, so I popped some kids' balloons. They wanted to fight me, so I won. The escalators worked a little too well. I bought the latest edition of Cosmo. The cashier told me I was too sexy to be reading trash like that. He was looking like Chris Hemsworth, so I got on my knees. And that's why I'm known as the Doom Gayer. It was finally time for my departure to hell, so now I can find my goddamn Cheerios. I know this video makes jokes about under the mayo, so out of respect I'll be using the microwave beam. Psych. You get the point. I tried to wave down a taxi driver. He spat on me. Also, he wasn't a taxi driver, because he was dead. Found a severed nutsack. That could be useful for later. Oh shit. Fancy ice. The elevator repairman died. Found out where the Cheerios lived, and because I'm a good Samaritan, I knocked. Homeboy didn't say he became the new Cheerio mascot. You're not? Well then, what are you doing here? You're telling me the con maker wanted all the Cheerios for herself? He gave me the super spoon and sent me to kill the makers, as if I needed anybody to tell me. I'm driven by two things, hunger for Cheerios and revenge.
Not seeing health and armor on the HUD is kind of a you problem. Because I topped those off and blood punch before leaving an area.
They really didn't want me entering the North Pole base, so I killed their secretaries. I told a fat dude that he needed to die, emphasis on the die part. A ghost gave me a Bitcoin. Now I can buy NFTs, which I used to buy a rocket launcher. Now that I have my next weapon mod, I went straight for remote detonate, because that's the one Mayo would do, even though it's the game's biggest mistake. Now it's time for a refreshing popsicle. Walked into a Revenant BDSM chamber. No Cheerios here. He gave me the super shotty. Big man with the ugly hat told me he went to his castle on the other side of the road, so I hopped on a trolley.
By now we had enough Bitcoin to upgrade our grenade launchers.
But what's the point when you can't even track their charge? No point, I tell you, since those weapons are pretty much OP anyway. You can pretty much beat the game using them exclusively.
Maybe you want to watch that video if you haven't seen it.
I was gonna body shame this conductor, but I killed him instead because I'm not a total monster. Pro gamer tip, before the first battle against the Pinky begins, you can just sit on this ledge and kill the infinite respawning zombies. Pinky can't get to you, and that's how I unlocked my flaming meat hook. Spud Hunter has a similar tactic, but his requires you to do it in the Doom Hunter boss fight. I literally sat up here for 10 minutes until I unlocked the spicy grapple shot. Also, I suck at limbo, so I just waited for these lasers to go away. This vending machine was broken. Grabbed a lollipop. The tall man said I sucked at hide and seek. Now begins my first battle against the most dangerous... Oh, never mind. This building has an electrified roof so pigeons can't nest on it. I don't think PETA would like that. Or this. I got a free tour of how Cheerio hunters were made, and then I got to fight one. He wanted to fight the wall instead, so I killed him. And his identical twin. The priest boy tried to buy me off with a share of his Nestle stocks, but I'm not a rich douchebag, just a regular douchebag. I have a coaster. The con lady was mad I killed her slam piece. She vowed I'd never taste Cheerios again. I told her, go fuck yourself. Depending on how much anxiety you have, not being able to see a boss's health in a fight could be an issue, but personally I don't feel like it is since their attack patterns and strategies change depending on how much life they have left, making it obvious. I figured the con maker was giving a business presentation about artificial cereal, so I went to New York to interrupt her meeting. Lots of her demon friends were standing around, so my hunch must have been correct. I met the Kool-Aid man. I'm not a fan of warm drinks, so I put him on ice. I've never seen a close-up sticky bomb before, kind of expected it to be something more spherical. Then it disappeared from existence. This isn't how I remember Lucky Charms, but I like the new look. Dead. Found the key to the employee restroom. That's a sketchy looking bathroom. Turns out it wasn't the bathroom, it was somebody's computer, so I installed more RAM on it. Ran past the security guards and returned home.
Final Hell Priest location remains unknown. I believe Dr. Hayden can help us with our search.
Thanks, you could have told me that before I went to fucking New York. Not having a reticle on screen makes it hard to aim with a rocket and precision bolt, so I've been attacking at point blank range, which has gotten myself blown up by the rockets a couple of times, but that's my fault for being a dumbass. This man had no respect for this door, so I put him down. Found myself in a reptile room, had to kill their snake hybrids, which is sad because they would have made really cool pets. There was a gang of rival scientists brawling in the parking lot, and when in Rome, act like a Greek. My parking ticket wasn't working, so I went upstairs to the roof. Took a great leap of faith. Nailed it. Hugo Martin yelled at me for taking a shortcut.
We're nerfing this fight! We're nerfing it all! Nerf the whole game!
I took his butt plug. What? And his Hayden. A horny dude crawled out of a Cheerio.
Yo, give me that butt plug.
I need it to fix a leak on my floating castle.
Why don't you just call a plumber?
That never crossed my mind.
That's pretty stupid.
Fuck you, die bitch. Back home, I put Hayden on display. He wanted me to go to the inner sanctum and grab a life sphere. I told him I'll do that if you subscribe to my YouTube channel and help me find my goddamn Cheerios. He sent me to Mars to ask the next Hell Priest about that. After watching some Pro Doomer gameplay, I realized that even a lot of the elites died because they thought that they had the blood punch when they didn't. This is an area of the game that I think playing without the HUD made me feel better, because I would go out of my way to make sure that I had it charged. Something a lot of players don't do even when they can see that they don't have it. The gentleman didn't address me as sir, so I took away his Second Amendment, reconciled with my old friend Barney, found out the demons can breathe in space, however, they still died. I didn't realize that Hunter was a triplet. Jump scared some cosplayers, stole their BFG prop, found out it was the real deal and left before the authorities could arrest me. You ever heard the story about the snake that ate itself? Yeah, me neither. Took a page from Pinky and tried it myself. It was very satisfying.
The portal ahead will take you to Sentinel Prime, where the Hell Priest Dane Groth is waiting.
Is there a problem with not being able to see your flame belt's charges? Not really, because I always use it on fodder demons when I'm guaranteed to collect full armor amount. And because you spend most of your time fighting the beefy boys, there's no need to unnecessarily spam fire breath. It's always going to be charged when it's most practical to use it. If confronting my crippling PTSD is necessary to find my goddamn Cheerios, so be it. Think you can hide from the Doomgayer? Excuse me, Doomslayer. Oh, so now you're gonna leave? That's pretty homophobic, bro. I had to fight a Dungeons & Dragons character, which isn't that bad if you know what you're doing. Which, I don't. Prepare to be penetrated. Whoops, that's a lot of damage. Priest Boy said he didn't have any Cheerios. How many people am I gonna have to fucking kill to get a decent breakfast? Jesus Christ. Guess I'll go home and cry about it. Have a coaster. A pack of space bees tried nesting in my castle, so I did the only thing I knew how to do: kick gum and chew ass. Stopped the power leak with Hugo's toy, showered, and set the portal for Terizzle Nabizzle. As the famous Snoop Doggy Dogg would always say, Maurice said I owed him a bag of peanut butter, so I dealt with him like I deal with all my problems. Then I saw my old pal Archie. I owe a lot more people here than I thought I did. Picked up my first mastery token, shoved it inside my shotgun, and named it after Mayo. Walked through Hayden's old doctor office. Yes, the place I got shot up with steroids. Took the ultimate Prozac so I could focus on finishing this video.
I'm getting the weirdest sense of deja vu right now.
Well, that was fucking weird. Last issue with the HUD is, since you can't see how much chainsaw gas you have, it's pretty difficult to track if you can use it on a heavy demon. So my solution is, I just don't. It's more efficient to just use them on fodder. And there's more heavies than gas canisters on a level. It's not like you're doing yourself a huge favor. I had some spare AA's, so I got a portable microwave, pushed the grapefruit for the last time, and journeyed to hell. Again. Slaughtered their watchdogs and stole their Freezy Pop. The front door was locked, so I broke in through a window. Killed Tyrone faster than you could call him. I deeply missed the reticle on this part, but it wasn't that difficult just because I sometimes skip the fights or entire parts of a level. Doesn't mean I hate Doom Eternal, it just means that I like cheating. Just ask my poker buddies. Hey, get away from that hole, it belongs to me. I gazed up at the giant phallic factory and gasped in awe at the juice gushing out of the tip. What the fuck? I didn't want to climb up something so gay looking, but a lot of the demons were waiting in line to ride the Tower of Terror, and because I wanted Lululand to fall from lack of patrons, I ended their lifetime passes. The ride was temporarily shut down for maintenance. I tried to get in anyways, but got punished for it. Grabbed a yellow glow stick and went to a rave. We partied a little too hard and some people got taken to the hospital. Burning Man all over again. I got a head start in a game of cornhole with Dragon Ball, so I won pretty easily. Then I tried to summon a dragon and ask him to make my parents love me again, but instead I got a stairway to heaven, which I'll take. You know how shooting maker drones in the head drops health and armor? It's kinda hard to do in this run. Walked my toxic masculinity into the matriarch's barn, woke up her pet goat by blasting Mick Gordon, penetrated her pumpkin and left. Crawled through a mile of air vents, smashed her stash, and gazed up upon the beautiful sky Cheerios. My long journey was finally coming to an end. Booted up the Cheerios, found Nikocado Avocado still doing mukbangs, went to the Amazon warehouse. All of the employees were on strike, so nobody was there. Got every last Bitcoin and maxed out my spicy dumpling pellet gun. Earned myself another Cheerio, actually used remote detonate. Learned that Cacodemon actually has 2 eyes, got a 3rd Cheerio, and was ready to go home to a delicious bowl of low cholesterol. Apparently Warren made it to heaven. He was still mad about the butt print though. I tried to offer him my microwave beam. If it can disinfect an entire group of people, it can disinfect a chair. The maker drones were Jewish and didn't like my joke, so I gave them a couple bullets as my apology gift. No, I do not condone or accept anti-Semitism, because I'm a loving child of God who adores all of my fellow religious comrades. I was baptized on the Maker homeworld, however my God wanted all the Cheerios to herself, so I had to put an end to her absolute tyranny. You ever heard of the band Godsmack? Me neither. With the Con Maker lady defeated, I chucked myself through the Cheerios back to Earth. The portal dropped me off in Detroit. Fortunately, nothing really changed. I just had to make my way downtown. This prowler walked me off the edge and I almost fell to my death. It's a good thing that I wasn't doing a no-guns run. I learned that you can bypass this totally epic and worthwhile fight by leaping up the employee's pull-up bar. I got to experience the element of pain, fought my buddy Maurice for the final time. He and Archie double-teamed me, which resulted in death, forcing me to do it all over again. This time I separated them, just like they did to me and my Cheerios. Found the goat who wanted to eat all my Cheerios. I tried feeding him some big puffy grapes, but just like me, his hunger could only be satisfied by the blessed, crunchy, heart-healthy Cheerios. For 30 minutes, I had no idea if my bullets were even landing half the time, but eventually, I had turned the conmaker's pet goat into a ripe molten. I whipped out my super spoon and planted it in a big bowl of gray matter. The goat tried entering Avatar state, but it was already too late. Enough goat cheese to cure world hunger had slipped off the skyscraper into the streets below. With all the greedy bastards trying to keep the best cereal in the world from me dead, I could finally go home and eat a milky white bowl of Cheerios in peace.